Happy New Year!
Hey you Hillmaniacs, it's Hillmanator, and I'm filming this video and hopefully it will be going up in that rare window where it is simultaneously New Year's over here in New Zealand and not New Year's back in the UK, which means that technically speaking I am a decade into the future of my own family. What's it like living in the past, pathetic weakling mortals? Anyway, we've reached the end of the year, which means it is now time for me to look back at my goals that I set myself at the end of last year and see how many of them I've completed before setting myself some new goals for this year. I will tell you immediately, I know I haven't completed some of these goals, and I also know that the methods are generally the reason why. I did not stick with the methods that I set myself last year, which is mostly just because I couldn't be bothered, but hey. So first I wanted to commit myself to my own goals by creating a video. I think we all know that I did that, so that's one goal that we can definitely check off the list. Done. Next I wanted to get physically fitter, and I said I was going to use Couch to 5K to do that, and I would compare my results in an old t-shirt before and after. Now, I did not take any images of the old t-shirt before, and I didn't bring it with me to New Zealand, so I couldn't do an after if I wanted to. I am physically fitter. However, I am not physically fitter in the way I wanted to be. I wanted to lose weight, and I haven't, well, I did, and then I put the weight back on, and it's kind of been fluctuating a lot for a whole variety of reasons. But basically, I've got a little bit more muscle definition now, but you can't really tell because it's buried underneath my many layers of fat. Wahoo! When it comes to Couch to 5K, I would start it and I'd maybe get to the 3-week mark, and then something would come up and I would miss a single run, and that would cause me to go into a spiral where I just would not go running for ages. And then when I eventually did restart, I felt like I had to restart from the very beginning just to prove that I hadn't lost any of my running ability. So I basically never progressed further than week 3, which is impressive considering I've had an entire year to do it. But yes, I would say I've got physically fitter. Not via the methods that I wanted to, not using the measurements that I wanted to, but I have got a little bit fitter. Teeny tiny bit. My third goal was to create more, and I had 2 ways I was going to measure it. First, I wanted to see if I could finish my script, my 60-page script for a TV pilot, and my other goal was to create 1 video every week on my YouTube channel. Now, the script, it did not finish. I did not finish the script. In fact, I'm probably only about halfway through. And that's largely because there are 2 massive scenes that I've got writer's block on, and I refuse to move on from them until I've got these scenes done, because they are the bedrock of this TV series, so I need to get them done. There's another reason, which is that I've been working on other projects. 2 specifically. I've got a film project that I've been working on, which is going to hopefully be a feature-length film that I can make one day. And the other one is the one that I am more excited about personally, because it's the one that's most likely to get done, and that is a short film. I've been writing my own short film. I'm about halfway through that, and I've been really enjoying it. But no, I did not finish the script that I set out to at the start of the year. Now, when it comes to the 1 video a week thing, I think it's up for debate, because technically speaking, I did not upload a video every single week. However, with this video going up when it does, in UK time, which is when I started counting, technically speaking I will have uploaded 52 videos this year, which is exactly the number that I needed to upload, meaning that I am going to count it that I have managed to upload a video for every week of the year, even if I didn't upload it on the week it was supposed to. Maybe you want to debate that with me, maybe not, but that's the way I'm going to treat it. However, one thing you can't really argue with is that I have definitely created more this year than pretty much any other year of my life. I've actually worked on the script for my show, I've been working on 2 other scripts, and I've managed to upload a video every single week. I mean, I reckon I've done pretty well at creating this year. Setting a sleep schedule. yeah, that happened. So I went through cycles. I went through about a 2-month phase, I think was the longest, which was shortly after I moved out here, where I was getting up at 7 AM every day, 7 AM, which was actually quite nice because it meant that I always got up and I could see the sunrise and all of this lot. But yeah, it didn't last. It never lasts. I went through a couple of these phases throughout the year, but in general, nope. I have been getting more sleep though. It's still an unhealthy amount, but marginally better, I guess. The only problem is that my sleep pattern is now becoming more erratic. So I am not sleeping at night as much anymore, which is a flipping pain, and I need to train myself not to be nocturnal because that is going to be a nightmare if I don't take care of it quickly. But yeah, setting a sleep schedule, that one failed. I'm willing to admit that. It wasn't an outright failure. I mean, I did manage it for periods. I proved to myself that I can do it. Working on my spiritual relationship with God, daily Bible readings, prayer time in the morning. I did not do the daily Bible readings. I did not do prayer time every morning. I, however, have been reading my Bible more. I have been praying more. I do feel that in general my spiritual relationship with God has been pretty strong this year, actually. I'm still annoyed that I didn't manage to get to New Day this year, because apparently it was really good. But I don't need to go to New Day. I've never needed to go to New Day to, you know, show my spiritual relationship. So whilst I've not been doing this stuff that I said I'd do every day, I am doing it more. So I'm counting that as a win. My next goal was to achieve at least a 60% on my first year of my degree. And as you guys are well aware, I managed to do that. It was pretty darn awesome, and I'm hoping to be able to do it again. However, the way I did it was not the way I outlined a method in my video. I said I was going to read for 45 minutes every day. I didn't do that. I only read when it was necessary, and even sometimes then I didn't read it at that time and I read it afterwards. I understood everything that was going on, so, you know. I am improving on my reading though. I have been reading more and more throughout the year, so hopefully I'll actually be able to train myself to do some proper reading. My next goal was to get closer with my siblings by calling each one of them at least once a week. Now, I know we haven't called at least once a week, that much is blatantly obvious to me. However, I have definitely got closer with 2 of my siblings, I feel. Katie and Becky, who you guys may remember from my sibling tag video. We've messaged quite a lot, especially since I moved out here. And yeah, I feel like we're pretty tight at this point. Stephen, not so much. It's been difficult to get a hold of him, and yeah, his work schedule is constantly changing and shifting, so it's very hard to actually find out when he's available to talk, unfortunately. Which means that I have barely talked to him since I went to Lancaster, pretty much, actually. But I'm hoping to improve on that. I'm hoping that we'll be able to work together to work some things out and, you know, communicate a bit better. Next, I wanted to eat less takeaway, and I said I'd do this by learning at least 1 new recipe a month. I learned 3 over the course of the last year, and they were all very simplistic. I did not eat less takeaway. If anything, I ate more than ever, which, it's unhealthy. It's probably part of the reason why whenever I lost weight I put it back on, because I'd start feeling good about myself a bit, and then I'd be like, oh, time for a takeaway. So I'm hoping to crack down on that. In fact, I've actually blocked the website that I conventionally order my takeaways through, because it's too easy to do it on that website. So if I do it via the takeaway specifically, then I have to take like an extra 5 steps, and that's usually enough to put me off, to be honest. I really can't be bothered a lot of the time. Next, I wanted to immerse myself in a new culture by studying abroad. Have I managed that? I can't quite tell. And finally, I wanted to improve my Japanese by getting a 150-day streak on Duolingo. Now, I know I didn't get the streak. I am annoyed about it because I missed one day when I already had a streak of 102. The day I missed was like 5 days after the cutoff point. So it meant that no matter what I did, I would not be able to get a 150-day streak. I think the longest one I managed to do was about 107 altogether, but I failed on that one. Then again, my Japanese has improved a little bit. I know a bit more grammar, I know a bit more of the phrases, and so I'm willing to say that I achieved the goal, just not through the method that I had wanted, which I feel like is a common theme if we look through my goals. Commit myself through my own goals, yeah, I'd say I did. Get physically fitter. I did get marginally physically fitter, yes. Create more stuff. I have created more stuff. Set a sleep schedule. I mean, I managed it for a few months, so I'm going to say that yes, even though I didn't manage to do it permanently, I've proven to myself that I can do it, which is an important first step. Work on my spiritual relationship with God. I have worked on it. It has been improving over the past year. Achieve at least a 60%. I've managed that, definitely. Get closer with my siblings. Managed that with 2 of them, 2 out of 3, not the worst. Eat less takeaway. Yeah, no, I cannot take credit for that one. Immersing myself in a new culture though, I have definitely done that by studying abroad. And improving my Japanese. Yes, I have. So when you just look at the goals rather than the methods that I was going to measure them by, I've achieved 9 of them in some shape or form. Now, you may debate whether some of them actually were achieved or whether it was just, oh, that's just him saying that he achieved all of this, even though he didn't. But to me, it feels like an achievement because it's progress. Even if it's not 100% done, it's progress. Because my methods for measuring things this year have been pretty darn awful, I've decided to just go through the list of what I want to do for the next year and tell you guys, and hope that you guys can help me keep accountable to it. So, first I want to get physically fitter. Fairly obvious. I don't have the money to join a gym right now. However, who needs a gym when you can literally just do press-ups? Or go for a run? Or do star jumps and all of this fun stuff. I mean, heck, I've already got the Couch to 5K app now. I might as well use it. Start production on that short film that I've been writing. That means that I need to finish the script for it, which is about another 8 pages. Then I need to contact my friends, my family, see who's available to be crew, be actors, start looking for locations. It's all very complicated, but I want to get into the start of production at least by the end of this year, which means that I have to have started filming. I want to achieve a 2-1 in my 2nd year university course. I think it's doable. It's going to be tough. I reckon I could probably do higher if I had have actually done the amount of reading that I said I was going to, but we've talked about that already, so I reckon I can achieve a 2-1, and that's what I'm going to be shooting for. Eat less takeaway. I've banned the website, so I shouldn't be able to get to it easily, which means that hopefully I'll manage it. Improve on another language. Now, I'm currently thinking it's still going to be Japanese, however, I'm tempted to maybe switch over to a European language just because it's one I'm more likely to encounter. So, I don't know, I'll get back to you on that one. But I am going to improve on a language. Continue weekly uploads. I definitely want to do that. I want to keep my channel uploading weekly and hopefully actually get it uploading weekly to the point where, you know, I am uploading when you guys expect me to be. That would be nice if I could actually set a schedule and keep it for once in my life. Then, over the course of the next year, I want to learn 10 new songs on piano. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot to you guys, but learning piano for me is a very slow process, it's a very meticulous process, and I really suck at piano in general. So, 10 songs is flipping ambitious for me. So, I'm going to try my best to actually manage to do this one. Film at least one collaboration video. I've talked about it with some of my friends up at Lancaster, some of my friends down in Newport, and I'm hopeful. It's collapsed through on me before, a couple of times. I've talked to people and it just hasn't happened, but I think 2020 is going to be the year where I manage to film my first collab. And while this isn't strictly speaking one of the 10 goals, something that I'm hoping for this year is that I want to get up to 250 subscribers, my next subscriber milestone, which, looking at my analytics, is possible, it's doable. I mean, we can all do it together, because it's not me who actually draws people in, is it? No, it's you guys telling other people, hey, let's check out that idiot on the internet. So, you know, thanks for that. I want to finish my script, and by that I mean the script for my TV pilot. I want to get it done. I mean, it's not going to be useful for a long time probably, but I would like to at least have a finished first draft by the end of this year. Which is what I said last year, but I'm going to keep it on as a goal. And rather than setting myself strict, meticulous things, which doesn't seem to work for me, I'm going to keep it on as more of a vague thing. See how that does it. And finally, I wanted to improve my communication skills. Now, that's in general, just out on the street, improve my interpersonal skills, because sometimes I struggle with, you know, talking to people. Surprising considering how well I'm able to just motor off random phrases right now. But in general, yeah, people, so I'd like to improve my communication skills in person, but also I'd like to improve my communication skills via you, the camera. You know, I want to hopefully remove some of these and and things that I do to stop my brain from actually proceeding with the line of thought that I'm currently chasing, because quite often I'll just do it so that I can, you know, get through my own thought train without potentially losing anyone along the way. So I need to try and make my communication clearer, definitely. And I'm hoping to do the same via online, because Messenger, Skype, these are things that I'm using pretty much on a daily basis nowadays, especially with me all the way over here. So I need to get good at this. Anyway, that is quite enough from me, I think. I think you've all had your fill of Josh for today. Let's take a step back. Let's look at the year. Oh, what a messy, messy thing you have been. Let's look at every year that we've also said that to, where we've said, this is the worst year ever, no, this is the worst year ever, no, this is the worst year ever. And let's endeavour to make sure that 2020 is not the worst year ever. If it is, I blame you. Okay, thanks for watching all. I shall catch you next time.